which finally leads me into my thesis statement. My prediction is that either this year, or next year at the latest, we will be seeing the announcement of Ace Attorney 7. But when would this hypothetical announcement come? Well, I'm currently holding my breath for Capcom at the Summer Game Fest this month. Alright, what's up? Oh my god! Oh my god! We are getting Ace Attorney! Alright, let's talk about this. Gotta say, did not see this one coming. For those not in the loop, last Tuesday, during the June Nintendo Direct, Capcom announced that they would be remastering and re-releasing both Ace Attorney Investigations games under one title, the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Ace Attorney Investigations is a spin-off series starring fan-favorite prosecutor Miles Edgeworth as he solves cases outside the courtroom and uses the power of logic and investigation to uncover the truth. This series consists of 2 games, one released in 2009 in Japan, and the other in 2011. The first game was released to the rest of the world in February 2010, and while it was fairly well received in Japan, out west, sales were described by Capcom USA's vice president as poor at best. Because of this, the second game was never released outside of Japan. Considering the second Investigations game came out 13 years ago, I was fully in the camp that it would never see an official Western release, and we would only be able to experience it through fan translations. However, I was wrong, apparently, and we're finally getting an official English localization of what is now named Ace Attorney Investigations 2: Prosecutor's Gambit. Part of a localization is, of course, character names. Since the first game was already localized years ago, there's nothing to comment on there. But since Prosecutor's Gambit has only been translated by fans into English until now, it's going to be a change when Capcom releases their English names for these characters instead. The 3 biggest ones, of course, being these 3. Their fan names were Justine Courtney, Raymond Shields, and Sebastian DeBest. They're a judge, a defense attorney, and a loser, respectively. As for their new names, we have Verity Gavel, Eddie Fender, and Eustace Winner. Verity seems to have been taken the best of the 3, with Eddie being mixed and Eustace being, well, pretty hated from what I've seen. As for my thoughts, Verity Gavel is a gorgeous name. Eddie Fender is silly, yes, but so is the character. Like, take a look at this guy and tell me he doesn't give Uncle Ed energy. And to be frank, I think Eustace Winner is the funniest option they could have gone with. It's literally a play on useless, which is both hilarious and very, very sad when you think about the implications of how he got that name. It's actually very in character, too, when you think about it. DeBest is a better last name than Winner, though. I will give you that. I'm just gonna be honest, guys. While the fan names are quite good, I don't like how much negativity I've seen around these new ones. Yes, it's going to take some getting used to, especially since the fan names have been around for so long. But the fact we're finally getting this game in what, in my opinion, seems to be a pretty well-made collection, and people are complaining this much about it, kind of rubs me the wrong way, personally. Negativity aside, though, let's talk about the collection itself. The biggest change is in the minis. Investigations has 2 sets of sprites, the traditional 2D ones for close-up scenes, and smaller mini ones for moving around and investigating. In the past, these minis were made of pixels, much like the original Ace Attorney sprites of old. However, in the remaster, they've created animated HD chibi ones instead. I personally think they look great, but What really surprised me was the included option to keep the original Pixel Minis if you prefer them. They didn't have to do that, but it's an extra feature for fans that, to me at least, shows an extra level of care and attention that goes a long way. There's also a few other bonus features, such as orchestral arrangements of the music, which I personally love. The story mode returns from previous Ace Attorney collections, and there's also a gallery. The collection comes out on September 6th, 2024. This is surprisingly soon, in my opinion. For reference, the Apollo trilogy was announced last June and came out this January. That's a 7-month versus 3-month gap from announcement to release. Regardless, I'm so happy this collection exists, even if it means I was wrong about Ace Attorney 7. Or was I?
Objection!
Your Honor, please replay the footage. My prediction is that either this year or next year at the latest, we will be seeing the announcement of Ace Attorney 7. That's right, as you can clearly see in this evidence, I said that Ace Attorney 7 would be announced this year or next year. Therefore, you cannot say I'm wrong until that time frame has passed. Jokes aside, if we don't get it announced next year, then yeah, I was completely off base and I will hang my head in shame. But until then, I'm definitely going to be picking up this collection, and I hope you guys are just as excited about it and what it might mean for the franchise going forward. Thanks so much for checking out this video. I received a beautiful set of new character sprites, and I'm trying a slightly different editing style, so let me know what you think. As for my thoughts on the games in the Investigations collection, that's something I would dedicate a much longer video to down the line. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the collection. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.